Hey, it's Rebecca and Sarah with Conscious Accounting. We are the Conscious Accountants, and we take a holistic approach to accounting to help grow local St. Pete businesses. Today, we are joined by Matt Walden, and we're going to talk all things accounting and sales tax, which is Matt's favorite accounting topic. But of course, the most important thing we'll talk about is his music. So Matt, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Of course.
We're so happy to have you.
I love sales tax so much.
It's your passion,
It's
right?
my passion.
Yeah, it's your backup career plan.
It was.
You know?
And then I found you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how it all happened. Well, let's dive right in.
Cool.
Really, the most important thing we want to know today is all about you and your music career and how it all started. And did you always know you were going to be a musician? Just tell us everything.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't really know about like a professional music career per se, but my mom kind of forced me into piano lessons when I was like 5. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I hate this every second of it because we go to lessons every week. And she had us learning these crazy pieces. Like I had some Beethoven, some Bach.
Wow.
Like, I can't retain any of it now. Like if I sat down in front of a piano, I couldn't play it. But like 10 years went in, I told my mom I don't want to do it anymore. And then I picked up guitar on my own and took a lesson. Hated the lessons. There's something about lessons, dude. I just hate them.
When you're an artist, you don't need it. Yeah.
It's called being creative, you know? No. And so I just started learning from YouTube and then writing my own songs after listening to a lot of pop punk bands.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I guess girls
kind
of getting emotional and stuff helped me write songs. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, I think it kind of hit me eventually that I could make money doing this, doing what I love, which kind of felt strange. I guess that's it in a nutshell, right?
Wow.
Really short
awesome.
Story.
So how do you make money as a musician?
Man, that's a lot of revenue streams, I guess.
Yeah, you have a lot. So
I guess
how
has
all
it
that?
adjusted with COVID and everything?
Yeah.
COVID's been strange. I used to play a lot of shows, right? So I guess you could think, like, typically I'm making money from Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that, from streams and whatnot, which I think you get, like, less than a cent per stream, which sucks. But, like, I've been super fortunate because I think we're pulling in. I think now we're getting ready to pass 10 million streams in total, which is just
awesome.
really cool. Yeah, it's a lot of pennies.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's a lot of pennies.
But it's nice to see like a consistent check every month from that that continues to go up.
Yeah.
But other than that, I used to play shows a lot. And whether it was my own show or if I was trying to survive and playing local shows, like at a restaurant or a bar, which now with COVID, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. Which that was pretty much the backbone of me surviving.
Yeah.
And it's just so strange as a whole to not have human contact either. Which are you guys doing all right throughout all that?
We're hanging in there. We're accountants, so we don't really need much of that.
Okay,
You know?
all right,
used to being owners. So.
As long as we have, a spreadsheet or something, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been weird. And then recently I transitioned to Twitch, which is like live streaming. And I didn't think they had a music section. And then I found it probably about a year ago, but I didn't sink a lot of time into it because I was like, I don't know if this is worth the time to sink into it. And COVID hit, and I'm like, I have nothing but time.
Yes.
And so I've been live streaming consistently 5 days a week for like
Wow.
5 or 6 months now.
Wow. And so word on the street is that you are actually a Twitch partner.
Yeah, I just hit it yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And from what I understand, that is a big deal. So can you tell us about that?
It's pretty crazy. So you have to meet some requirements in order to be partnered with Twitch. And I could be wrong with the percentage here, but there are like millions of users and people who stream on Twitch. And there's like less than 1% of people are partner.
Wow.
And I just found that out, and that made me kind of geek out a little bit.
Same, because we do your taxes, which just makes us feel so cool.
Oh, that's sick.
We live vicariously through you.
Cool. Hey, yeah. You can pull the stream open in the right window, and then taxes in the
and do
left.
taxes.
Perfect.
Yes, multitask.
No, I love it.
That is so cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been very rewarding, and the community is just insane, right? I feel like social media, sometimes you feel like you kind of need to put on this face and be something that maybe you're not fully.
Yeah.
Just for maybe getting more attention to your profile to boost said streams and stuff. But on Twitch, I have been authentically myself in every way. and people still stick
And they
around.
still like you.
Yeah.
What an interesting lesson that
It's-
teaches you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've never felt more confident with who I am because of them.
That's incredible.
So
Wow. So how do you deal with the confidence side of just like going up on stage? Like, was that like, where did you learn that? Like from piano lessons to then just like being on stage?
oh man. Good question. I guess when I was a kid, I didn't think about the stage part. And my mom has videos of me going up on a stage in front of like 300 people and just playing a full piece,
wow.
messing up, turning, going, sorry, and then just keep playing. Like I don't even remember that kind of stuff. But then it got to a point where I was sharing kind of like my more vulnerable songs. I remember I was trying to play a song once, and I butchered the first line, and I got so embarrassed that I walked off stage and just left.
Totally get it.
Because I was like, I look like an idiot. And I guess after that, I just started finding more confidence in doing it more and more and more. And then last year, I got to play at King's Theater in Brooklyn. Wow. And dude, oh my God. Talk about like, it's absolutely insane. Some of the Beatles played there. Like,
wow.
I think Tori Kelly played there the night before. And I was like, what is life right now? All right.
Matt Walden life, not a bad life.
Oh man, it was so cool.
It's awesome.
Wow. So what would you say your music, like the vibe of your music, or like who are you influenced by? Like all those kind of, questions.
I love it. I wish I had a really cool answer. All right. I think I'm kind of influenced by everything. Sometimes I fall into like a little niche of listening to like, I started listening heavily to Ed Sheeran a long time ago. And a lot of people relate me to him because I use a loop pedal.
What's a loop pedal?
Good question. All right. So
I've learned a lot of vocabulary lately. So
yes. Oh man. So this is fun. I don't want to pay for a band, right? Until I absolutely have to. If I were to go on a big tour, I would want the full band sound.
Yep.
But right now, while I'm local, I can just be a one-man band. So a loop pedal, I can play the guitar a little bit, hit the button, and it'll keep looping that same sound over and over. So then I can beatbox and do a separate mic. I can like play piano on a different channel on the loop pedal and then just like bounce between all the tracks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But that's like a whole nother art to even just mentally
Multitasking.
figure that out. Of like yeah. That's more than
I can't multitask in life in any way, but I can do a loop pedal, which is cool.
wow, that's really cool.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
So Ed does that as well. We're on a first name basis.
Oh, that's cool. I have a pop figure of Ed. One of my Twitch viewers, Nuggets, sent it to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's really cool.
So he sits in the streams. It's pretty fun.
That's so cool.
But yeah, I guess I started off listening to Ed Sheeran a lot. And then, like I said, I kind of grew up with pop punk, which is completely different than Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what got me in touch with my feelings, maybe. But then I guess I just started listening to everything. So I don't really have a particular genre, but one song might stand out and I'll be like, oh, those drums are cool. Maybe I should take that idea and emulate it a little bit.
Oh, so anything is up for grabs for inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that,
Sweet.
that you don't just like put yourself in a box or something.
Yeah. I don't like genres, but if I had to give it one, I'd say like beach pop.
Beach pop, perfect for Florida.
Yeah.
Usually has the beach in mind.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thanks.
So, okay, so what else do I want to know? Do you have like a favorite song? That's a big, hard question. And maybe like a favorite song and then a favorite song of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Both.
Okay. All right. I can answer that one, actually. I have a favorite song of all times. It is Kitchen Sink by 21 Pilots.
Oh, awesome.
Which is like that band has changed my life for the better. Yeah. And they're just such deep thinkers. But I think that song in particular kind of hits me hard every time I hear it, because it's just such an odd song.
Yeah.
It's about like a kitchen sink to you is not a kitchen sink to me, which is just so weird to say out loud. But like if you go through the deeper meaning, that song just hits you so hard. Every
Wow.
time.
I have to go listen to it.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I love it. But I guess I don't know if I have a favorite original per se. They're kind of like cathartic, right? Where
Yeah.
I write it and it's my feelings, and then I don't have to feel it as much anymore as it's out. But I've had a few that are kind of monumental points in my life that I can go back to and kind of relive it, or maybe help someone else
Wow.
with what I lived.
That's really powerful.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
So out of all the different, types of revenue streams we talked about, what is your favorite? Like what if you could do that one like only, what would it be?
So I think I'm still in the honeymoon phase with streaming, right? I am so in love with it, and I understand that people can get burnt out really quickly. Lately, that has been all of my focus. Like it's an addiction. You can ask Hadley, my girlfriend. She's like, I'm watching Twitch streamers whenever I'm not streaming, and I'm just like, "What's up, dude? How you doing? Oh my God, this is so good!" And like, I stream so much. I did a 6-hour stream yesterday, almost 7.
Oh, wow.
Like, and I obviously did not sing that long. My vocal cords would be crying.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that I can make money through that, both through like donations and people can subscribe to me, kind of like a Netflix subscription.
Right.
So it's been really cool.
Yeah.
And that has been like the chunk of me surviving lately.
And without COVID, you probably wouldn't have pivoted to that, right?
No.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah. And it's been very rewarding too.
And I know you've done some merch stuff. So tell us about, as a musician, like, where, because that's like a whole nother creative thing that you do.
And it probably stresses me out the most.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Just having to wear that hat. I find that
No pun intended, because merch.
that was good. I didn't even think of that. I think about merch because you have to come up with cool designs that also kind of represent your brand. And sometimes it's really hard to have a design actually speak to you. So
Yeah.
I have a couple graphic artists that I work with. My friend Nikki creates for me sometimes, and same with my friend Dom. But if they come up with something cool, then I'm like, all right, what should we put it on, like a t-shirt or something? And then I have to order samples, and if I don't like the sample, I have to adjust it somehow. So it's like it's a headache. It's not easy, like just throw a design out there and hope that people buy it.
Right.
So I really dislike doing it. I almost want someone to take over and be like, I can do this better than you. And I'm like, that's why we can pay you for it, right? Because I wanted to connect with like the audience as well.
Yeah. It's a lot of things to consider at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that the whole charging aspect and things like that, I'm pretty bad at too, because I never know what to charge for a t-shirt.
Right. Pricing. But and you've done some like exclusive, like kind of low inventory, like.
Yes.
So tell us about, because I remember something with tie-dye.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the first time we've done that.
Okay.
But I noticed like over the summer, people really get into tie-dye. And I personally was loving it. So we went out, we bought a tie-dye kit, and I just ordered a bunch of samples through like Printify or something like that, which is because the local places for like small batch orders, you're getting charged an arm and a leg. I want to go local,
Of
right?
course,
But that
yeah.
costs me so much, and like
Yeah.
I'm crying every time I do it.
I feel you.
But I pretty much just took all of these white shirts, I tie-dyed one, and I wore it in a photo, and I was like, anyone else want one of these?
Wow.
And I think we sold like 25 in the first day. And I was
Wow.
like, wow, that's really cool. But then I had
Yeah.
to make 25 t-shirts. I let them choose whatever colors they want. So that was another headache too. I was like,
Wow.
should have thought that one through a little more. You know?
But that's so special that they have that
yes,
now.
that's what I
Yeah.
think about too. I'm like, now you have that shirt that's your shirt.
That Matt Walden
So-
literally made for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thanks.
That's so sweet that you would do that for your
Dude,
fans and stuff.
Yeah, I love it. And at the time, I wasn't really streaming a lot when it first started. So like I had all the time to
Right.
dedicate to it.
Right.
But now it's like I look at it and then I get an order and I'm like, okay, we can do it. Not that I'm not grateful for people putting orders in, but I'm like, wow, I guess it's the little work. I feel spoiled. Right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So with this merch that you're selling, you know, in Florida have to charge sales tax whenever you're selling a product. So how does that work as a musician, and you are a business owner, you know, as a musician?
Yeah.
Like, do you, I know you've taken a stab at some of these things yourself, and then, you know, called in for help as needed over time. But like, how do you navigate things like sales tax and?
Yeah. So I do have an entrepreneurship degree in college.
Okay, cool.
And I have a lot of mentors that kind of helped me through the process for a while. One in particular was Mark Bull, and I would call Mark for a while and be like, "Hey, dude, how I have to do sales tax, and I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is that Shopify, like, you can take all of your gross, and you can determine what your sales tax is through the app or whatnot." But I didn't always have my products linked appropriately, so I wasn't getting the correct number every time.
Right.
So Mark would walk me through it, and then I think I was late, probably 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and I got an email from the IRS saying, "Hey, like you're late. Why haven't you done it yet?" And I thought I did, but it turns out I did it late for the quarter before. And I called you guys, and I was like, "Hey, save me, please, because I don't know what I'm doing at all."
That's not just part of being a musician, sales tax. I would think that those just,
Yeah, hand in hand, it goes together.
You got your loop pedal, you've got your sales tax, you got your song. Is that what it's called? Loop
No,
pedal?
yeah, no, it's a loop pedal.
Okay.
You got it.
I've learned a lot of vocabulary lately, as I said. So
I love it.
Okay, loop pedal. That's a new one in the brain. I love it. So yeah, we helped you out a little bit,
God,
with that, because I can imagine being a musician and just thinking like, okay, what do fans want? They want merch. Let's do it. Like sales tax isn't like the first thing you're thinking of,
Never.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's-
I actually used to sell T-shirts and didn't even know sales tax was the thing. IRS, I love you. Don't do that to me.
The good news is it's really the Florida Department of Revenue. It's not even
All
the
right.
IRS. So you're only Florida's mad at you, not the whole
love you,
country.
Florida.
So that's no big deal.
Cool.
There's even some states that don't even have sales tax. So, if the Florida gets real mad at you, I can recommend 5 other states.
I might have to keep that in mind.
No, you're
That's
doing
funny.
good. But like, how do you know when it's time to like outsource something like that? Like, because I know with bookkeeping too,
I think about energy, like where you're putting your energy. I do often think about the ROI. So if I'm spending a lot of time thinking about sales tax when I know I'm not good at it,
yeah,
and I know that someone else could do it so much more efficient and probably the correct way, I know I need to get someone else to do it versus me trying to like stumble through it and then get in trouble later.
yeah,
So that was when I knew I needed to call.
yeah. We got your back.
Thank you.
Anything like that. If anything else ever comes up, we're always here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I know it can be really daunting as a business owner to
Oh my
think
God.
about all like LLC and all of
Mm-hmm.
these different licenses and things you have to register for and
Yes.
deductions and keeping all your deductions in a row and
Yeah.
remembering all that fun stuff when you're really
QuickBooks is a lifesaver too, because
Yeah.
you can see all that, right? And kind
Yeah.
of visualize it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I need to get better with receipts. I'm not too good with that.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah.
And hopefully there are no audits in your future, so you won't.
Knock on wood.
You're good.
Okay.
You are a responsible business owner.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So yeah, we would love to know too, like, any advice you have for anyone out there who's trying to navigate all this, and maybe any business owner or maybe just musicians in
Yeah.
particular, especially with COVID, like what should they just give up and like go find a new career path, or like did you question giving up? And
Yeah. I can't say I ever questioned giving up, right? But I do think that I was probably a bit more fortunate than others, especially during the crisis, because I know a lot of local musicians aren't able to make a living anymore. I knew this gal who would play gigs probably every single day of the week, sometimes 2 in
Wow.
a day. And like if you think about that amount of revenue, probably $200 to $300 per gig,
Yeah.
to now nothing.
Yeah.
Hopefully she saved,
Yeah.
But like that's terrifying. So I think if you're a musician in particular, or even an artist, because graphic design's doing pretty well on Twitch too, I recommend going that route.
That's a
Just
good
at least
idea.
trying it, spending maybe a couple hours a day,
Yeah.
but focus on the community, right? Not the money. 'Cause
Right.
I think that can kind of taint your view on everything. But
Totally.
that has been a godsend for me.
Yeah, I'm so glad you found that.
Yeah.
And gave it a chance and really,
Dude, there's a ton. I actually published a blog article with I work with Luna Guitars.
Okay.
And they had me write up a blog about like 5 ways to help musicians during the COVID crisis. And other ones were like, merchandise sales, as we kind of talked about. Twitch was what I really heavily talked about. Dude, I kid you not. I'm just so obsessed right now. It's not even funny.
New passion.
Honestly, though. And then I also think things like Patreon. I don't know if you guys have heard about it.
A little bit, yeah. Just from you.
Really? Really? So I'm the only one?
Oh,
Okay.
well, I think now I hear it more. But
Yeah.
you were the like OG Patreon
Cool.
person in my world.
Yeah. So like it's just another subscription service, but you can provide value in different ways, right? So if you have people who are really interested in your journey and want to help, I labeled mine, or I branded mine as like my record label, because I don't ever really want a record label per se, but I love the connections and the resources from a label.
Yeah.
So I kind of have my community help fund projects and stuff. And so with that, I have different perks. Like one, if you pay $10 a month, I give you like a Polaroid.
Oh, cool.
Like from a random point. Like we went on a trip to like Nashville a month ago or so. We just took Polaroids the entire time. Or like maybe I'm at home just being bored holding my cat, you know? But like there could be value in that because you're also helping me, like,
Yeah.
whether it's getting more camera equipment for my streams or a new instrument or a new pack of sounds for me to make creative music, or even music videos. We funded like 2 music videos through it.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that was another way. And then I don't really know what else other than like putting your music on Spotify and iTunes. I think a lot of people neglect to do that because it needs to be perfect.
Yeah, they put a lot of pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you've had to learn to to just accept yourself for who you are and be proud of
hard.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've deleted songs and a lot of
Really?
YouTube videos. Yeah, because you look at it and you go, I'm not proud of that. I don't feel like that represents who I am now. But I think the journey and kind of growing as an artist in whatever realm you are, that's like the most important part. You
Yeah.
can look back and be like, I was that, but now I'm here.
Right.
And that's something people want to follow too.
Absolutely. Yeah. It just shows that you're a real human.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, you know, some people don't really,
Right.
they want to appear untouchable online, which I
Sure.
understand that too.
Yeah. Yeah. We all can dream.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's next for Matt Walden? Like, what do you want to, like, what are your goals? Like,
Honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with like playing shows, and I love when the energy's all there for like the songs that you've written. So there's I can't describe the feeling of an entire room singing your song back to you.
wow.
It honestly brings me to tears sometimes. I'll be on stage just tearing up, and I'm like, it's sweat, dude. It's fine. It's not. I'm not crying. But I think just traveling the world again, because last year I bought a van and I just went on a house tour. I tweeted out, does anybody want me to come to their house and play?
That's so
And literally,
fun.
that was it. And then I had like, I think 15 different stops all across the East Coast. When
What
I
was
lived
the
in New
coolest
York.
one?
Oh, I can't do that. Because these are all individuals and
Oh,
their
they're
families
all
and their
cool.
homes, right?
Yeah.
So it was all so unique because I felt like I was part of their family for that day.
Wow.
Like there was some shows where they literally set up an entire stage
Wow.
and all like pallets with this huge pallet backdrop and lights everywhere. Like I kid you not, that was insane. Some people literally made us like feasts as if it was like a family get together.
Whoa.
Dude, I can't even explain how incredible these fans are.
It sounds like you put so much community into your music. Like it's not just you. It's like a team with the listeners as well.
I don't think it's about me, right?
Yeah.
I think it's about them because once you make a song, it's not yours anymore.
Wow, that's deep.
Thanks.
That needed a pause after. I had to think about that one. That's
Appreciate
really
it.
true though. That's so cool. So where like is the dream place to perform, you know, what
Oh, dude, I'm not picky.
anywhere
Right,
with a
so
stage?
I would just love to play like maybe some more traditional venues. But nowadays, especially now with COVID, a lot of them are getting shut down,
Oh, that's
which
so
kind
sad.
of breaks my heart. On top of that, it's really hard to get booked there because, you know, agents and labels still kind of rule that world.
Right.
So, I mean, if I have to do house tours for a little while longer, I'm not complaining.
Genius.
Right?
I think it's very
That's really
resourceful
cool.
and
Yeah. It's just the maybe the finances aren't as steady,
right.
but it's fine.
Right. But there's like that human value of
Yes.
seeing these people and being a part of their family for a day. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just know their name online,
Yeah.
and then you're like hanging out with them, and it's just a whole different animal.
That's so cool.
It's really cool.
Well, I'm so excited to see, you know, what else you do and like life after COVID,
Thanks.
what happens and with all this
Yeah.
Twitch stuff, you know.
That's just so wild.
Yeah.
I've been applying to be a partner for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and they've denied me 3 times.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I understand. Like, you have to meet the requirement. You have to have like a 75-year average for 30 days.
Okay.
You have to stream for a certain amount of hours and have a certain amount of minutes watched or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I applied just because I have a Twitter following and a YouTube following.
Right.
And they're like, nope, sorry, you don't meet it. And then I was on the phone with my mom yesterday, got out of the car, and I checked my email right before I was about to go live. And they're like, congratulations, you made it. And I'm like, I didn't even apply. Thank you.
You didn't have to.
Thank you. I was like, that is sick.
Yeah, that's the dream. And so you didn't give up on that too, you know?
Oh, no. Now I want to work even harder, you know?
More motivation now. That's so cool.
More taxes.
More taxes, yes.
More work.
We got your back, you know?
Thanks.
We'll always be here. That's like one of our favorite things is to just watch our clients evolve and see what new, you know, things we can do for you and how to help you and always support you in your growth. And
Dude.
yeah.
And this isn't sponsored, but I would just like to say that I brag about them all the time to anyone I meet. No joke. You have made my life so much easier.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
Yeah, I'm constantly stressed out about tax stuff, and now I don't have to stress about it anymore.
That's awesome. When you're saying, you know, how much like the community matters to you, and that's how we feel about accounting is like we could work in a boring cube somewhere and just never meet our client. At firms I worked for, you know, as I was in school and stuff, I would never know the client. I would never speak to the client. You just got handed something from the partner and you just did it and built zero relationship. So it's so cool to actually build relationships with our clients and
I love it.
Get to know them and be your biggest cheerleaders.
Stop.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah,
and
thanks for
talking
having
with
me.
us. And so everyone wants to like stop what they're doing immediately and go listen to you. So how can we do that?
If you just go on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you listen to music on, type in Matt Walden, it'll pop up for you.
Pop right up.
Yeah.
Cool. And what song should we listen to first?
I think Milestone's getting ready to hit like 4.3 or 4.4h million.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's
that
awesome.
one, it's a
Okay.
love song. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait to listen. Well, I've
Thanks.
already listened, but okay. But I know everyone else hasn't yet.
I
So
love
they're
it.
excited. Well, not everyone. I'm sure there's plenty of big Matt Walden fans listening
Appreciate
to
it.
Conscious Accounting podcast. But
Thanks. This is cool. I'm happy for you guys. I feel like this
Yeah.
will be really good.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we're happy to have you on our team and do it with you. So
For sure.
yeah, awesome.
Anytime.
Well, if you guys have any questions for Matt or any questions about the accounting side of being a musician or anything on sales tax, anything, please reach out to us. Conscious-accounting.com is our website, or you could email info@conscious-accounting. We're on Instagram @consciousaccounting, and we're excited to hear from you. Thank you so much.